As an individual, I have been associated with real estate for about 17 years. The company Lotus Green actually has been founded by Nirmal Singh, who has been a developer for the last for more than 2 decades now, and we have been friends for about a decade ourselves. And early this year, both of us decided that we wanted to start a new company in the development arena. Given that there is a gap between what developers today promise and what they deliver. So I come from a background where I was an international director with Jones Lang LaSalle, which is a very highly respected consulting firm. And I had a choice of continuing with that firm or doing something in the development field. And I decided that it's about time when I started actually practicing what I preach. He's been developing all kinds of real estate assets. So he has been into commercial ITES developments. He also has been into residential developments. He is also one of the promoters of the 3C company. So he's been associated with that company now for a very long time. And as a group, we also intend to now get into other diverse assets. Our philosophy is that we want to give it back to the society. So it's not just about profitability, but we also intend to get into healthcare, into education. So Lotus Valley School is again a school where he's one of the founder members. And we intend to get into healthcare, education, besides being into regular residential projects and commercial developments. See, the thing is that as far as experience of construction is concerned, Nirmal is an expert because he has been doing it for a very, very long time. As far as transparency, ethics, governance is concerned, while it's very close to Nirmal's heart, but I've lived by it all my life. While the best practices are concerned, again, I've lived by it all my life. I've been advising clients across the country who are developer clients earlier on what should be the best practices that they should be imbibing in their developments. So real estate is about common sense. It's about making sure that you are tracking your time, cost, and quality, and you're delivering that time, cost, and quality to your stakeholders. The first project that we are doing is actually a 100-acre township in Gurgaon, which is coming up in Sector 89. Again, is going to be a mix of low-rise floor developments, and we're going to do some villas subsequently. And there's some part of commercial, which is part of the township that we'll be doing residential. We are going to be, we are making projects for the common man. So while we intend to do some mass housing also, which we'll do subsequently, currently the project that we are doing, caters from, let's say, middle income group to a semi-luxury kind of a middle income group. Firstly, I think the customer looks at the developer nowadays. So they would, first of all, they want to ensure that they get the project at the end of 3 years, 3.5 years or 4 years, whatever is the project timeline that has been committed to them. Secondly, then they will look at what's the quality of specifications which is being offered. What's the workmanship which the developer is going to provide, whether that fits into that category, price category that they're looking at, given their savings and the loans that they can apply for. And thirdly, if it's a good quality project in a good location and they feel that it's competitively priced, then sometimes they stretch themselves also. This is the first project that we've launched, which is our township, where we are coming up with independent floors at this point of time. See, the thing is that we basically decide on the basis of various parameters, and one of the parameters is the unit size. What is the ticket size of the unit? The other is what is the demand in the market. So the reason why we are confident about this particular project is because it's gated and it's not high rise. So in NCR, typically most of the people, they wanted to live in their own houses earlier. See, entry points, we are currently considering a 2-bedroom floor for about 90-95 lakh rupees. And then it moves on, from there, because, at some point of time, we'll also be looking at selling villas. So that obviously will become slightly more expensive. That's the reason why I said that, looking at middle income group to high middle income group. We already have in principle approvals, and subsequent approvals are awaited. Well, I think the total life cycle of the project would be about 3.5 years.
Okay.
But you will start getting possession in phases. See, the thing is that once you start putting money back into the project, and there have been cases in the past where developers they actually started spreading themselves too thin. They started acquiring new land banks uh, by collecting money from a project. Our philosophy is that a percentage of the money from the project goes back into construction, which makes sure that the construction activity does not get delayed. And once you can see physical activity on the site, that gives a lot of confidence to both the investors and the end users. See, we're going to come up with a very strong MIS. So that MIS is going to ensure that timely messaging, timely reminders, and progress details are sent across to all our customers. Yeah. See, in terms of growth, I would say that this is the connectivity is very good to the 89 sector. And if you look at the connectivity from the national highway, today if you have to drive down, it takes you about 5 minutes. Maybe when when it gets more crowded, it will take you maybe 15-20 minutes. Got developments from very large developers coming across that belt in any case. So the other important aspect is that you've got a multi utility corridor which is 135 meter, which connects one side of the sector 89. The other side of the sector 89 is the Pataudi road, which is again about 75 meter road. So the connectivity aspect is very good, and we believe that because there's so many multiple developments happening around this sector, this entire belt is going to see a lot of growth, and it will be in a very different shape in the next 4 to 5 years. See, I think as far as the infrastructure is concerned, a lot of developers, they create a backup themselves. For example, if there is not enough power, then you will create genset provisions, and you will create your own STPI plant, which will be connected with the the main STPI plant provided by the central by the state government. So the developers are ensuring that there is a backup in place, because see, infrastructure growth is also happening over a period of time. So the government also has got a huge land parcel that they need to take care of, and they do it on a priority basis. So wherever they find there's a critical mass, they'll target that first. So it's important from our perspective to ensure that there's a backup which is there in place. Our benchmark is to create our own benchmark. Our funding is through the promoters. You would also seen we've got some lot of financial partners which are showing interest in partnering with us. One of our biggest partners is Red Fort Capital, and you would have seen that in the papers that they have an in-principle agreement with us to invest about 1,000 crore rupees in our various projects over a period of time, out of which about 365 crore rupees has been already committed to us. So as and when there will be new projects, they'll be investing more money with us. So financially, we are a very sound company, and we also have a lot of tie-ups with a lot of other banks who have shown interest in partnering with us in funding our projects. And as and when there's a project where we are completely convinced that it is a project we would like to be involved in, that's when we'll involve more and more partners moving forward.
Sure. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.